just hit the subscribe button, the red button, underneath this video over to the right, and that'll sign you up on my YouTube channel. And then you can hit the small bell icon, so a little bell will go off and tell you each time I've started to broadcast a new one. I hope you enjoy it. No sooner did Paul Manafort finish getting sentenced to 7.5 years than almost to the minute after that, the New York County District Attorney, Cyrus Vance, indicted him under state law for many of the same actions for which he was convicted under federal law. Now, technically speaking, because each state has its own statute, he can try to avoid arguing, they can try to avoid arguing that it's double jeopardy. But if there's ever a clear instance of double jeopardy, it'd be hard to find one. These are the same actions that he was indicted on under federal law, and they're the same crimes. They're just the state equivalent of those crimes. And the reason he was indicted was purely and simply that the left is worried that Trump will pardon him and wants to be sure that he donates his pound of flesh anyway. And if there were no issue of pardon, there would be no issue of a second indictment or double jeopardy. What makes this particularly galling is that given the politics of Manhattan, where the district attorney Vance is elected, clearly if he did not indict Manafort, and if he stood on principle and said this in effect is double jeopardy, he would almost undoubtedly be ousted from office in the Democratic primary every 2 years there. So this is clearly an instance that flies in the face of the constitutional provision against trying somebody twice for the same action, especially since the facts of what he did are all there in the federal record, so that Manafort was in effect compelled by federal law to provide the evidence that then is used under state law to put him away, about the right, really violating also the right of against self-incrimination. But what motivates this, and is really scary, is the absolute decision to subrogate the political mechanisms of the judicial system in New York State to the purposes of partisan politics. Just literally in revenge, because of the possibility of a presidential pardon, the New York District Attorney filed this indictment. Now, there may be some technical reasons why it still might be double jeopardy, even though it's a separate jurisdiction. But it absolutely reeks to high heaven and is an example of just totally using the judicial system for whatever political partisan goal you have, and it's a disgrace. I've just written a new book, 50 Shades of Politics, which is unlike anything I've written before. It's a series of 100 short, 2 pages each, autobiographic essays and stories and vignettes and tales from my career in politics, my time with Clinton, my work in 40 countries around the world and in every state in the country. You can't buy it in bookstores, but you can online at Amazon.com. Thanks for watching.